Moving on. Okay, reasons I love real estate investing. Now we're talking about real estate investing. Before it was just real estate. Now more specific, real estate investing. Yeah, as I said, with leverage, it pays for itself. So as we talked about, you have at least 2 million down, right? From for example, you bought a 10 million peso property, you have 2 million, and then you paid for the 2 million, and then there's 8 million down. So for example, just oh sorry, yeah, 8 million down. Just for the top of my head, I didn't check Gulf Bank or like China Bank or BPI or whatever, but let's say you take a 10-year loan, and it's maybe for 10 million, it's like maybe 100,000 per month, let's say something like that. So for 10 years, you got to pay 100,000 per month. Let's make it 50,000. I'm really not sure. That 50,000 a month, like that. That rental, you can probably rent it out for 70k if you're lucky. For a 10 million property, I'll look into it, but 10 million, I think no, you cannot rent it out for 70k. You can probably rent it out. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. But let's just say for the sake of conversation, you can rent it out for 70k, okay? And your monthly amortization is 50k. So you're left with a 20k spread. That's extra money. But don't use that money. Just keep it aside, because there will be days, maybe for example, or month, not months, but there will be days where maybe your unit will be vacated. At least you have a bit of extra money there from all the other months. So for example, you have 20k for 1 year, 20k times 12, 240. Yeah, 240k. If for example it gets vacated for a month or 2 months, you're really safe because you only need 50k. So for 2 months, 100k, you have 240k with extra. So again, it pays for itself. You'll never have to worry for 10 years. And then after 10 years, I'll get to the good part later. If you do want to sell, my gosh, it's going to be so extravagant already. The price really increased already. But yeah, it pays for itself, and you don't really have to worry about the payments as long as you take care of your tenants, as long as you make sure you know what you're doing. Uh, right to the next point, you get the best of both worlds. Cash flow, which I said, for example, how it pays for the rent, your tenant pays for your amortization, your tenant pays off your loan, and you get a capital appreciation. So, as I said, oh my gosh, 5 years, 10 years, that's so long. Okay, it could be long, but that 10 million property worth, I'm telling you, if you got a good location, or even if you didn't get a good location, it'll always go up, because real estate is the hedge against inflation. If as long as inflation happens, and it's like death and taxes, inflation will always happen. There's no country that's immune to inflation. As long as an inflation happens, real estate will what's this? Will follow that inflation. It's hedge, as I said. For example, inflation goes up 5% in 1 year, or like 3% 1 year. I have no idea. Real estate rentals will go up maybe 5% or 7% that year. Sometimes, most of the times, it's higher than the inflation. So, in 10 years, if example that 10 million property, I really will be confident to say that it's going to be worth 20 million, even much more. A little backstory: we used to have a house. Can't really remember the years. I think it's 2010, or 2011. My son was born. We bought a house in Tahanan in Parañaque. We bought it for 6M. Same story. Same story. We just put a down of 1M, and then the remaining 5M we borrowed from the bank. And yeah, the rental was, I think 50 or something like that. So the rental, the amortization was like 50,000, and our rental was 40,000. So it was actually a bit lower. But I could have made the amortization like 30,000 if I wanted to. But my bank loan was 5 years. But if I made the bank loan 10 years, it would have been 30,000 most likely. So I would have that spread. So no problem. I had a really good job anyway. Both me and my wife had a really good job. We really had a lot of excess income. We would pay the extra. So, anyways, long story short, it didn't take us 5 years to pay off that loan. We paid it off within, I think, 2 years or 3 years, maybe, yeah, 2 or 3 years. So from 6 million, from yeah, what year was it again? 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. 20 years. 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 20 ye Anyways, I think within less than 5 years, we sold it. We sold the property for 10 million. So it was almost double, but that was even less than 5 years. What more if we kept it? And especially during 2016, 20, I mean, during Duterte's time, my gosh, the real estate prices just skyrocketed when the Chinese started coming to the Philippines, when the Pogos started. We sold it before the Pogos. So I kind of regret. I wish I kept it. I'm sure I could have sold it for like 25 million, because the prices in Tahanan right now, it was a two-bedroom, five bed. No, sorry, two-story, five bedrooms. There's nothing less than 20 million or in Tahanan right now for that type of house. But anyways, you know, it's a good lesson. That's why I said keep as much as possible and let your kids inherit it. It's gonna be worth so much. But there's again nothing that can give. For example, dividends as maybe investment dividend, like when you buy stocks with dividends, yeah, that can give you a bit of cash flow and capital appreciation. But yeah, other stocks, they will not give you cash flow. You can only get the money once you sell it, when it appreciates. But as I said, with real estate, you get the best of both worlds: cash flow, monthly little trickle of money, and then that little trickle of money, don't use it for yourself. Use it to pay for your loan. Your tenant pays for your loan. When it's time to cash out, you bought it for like 10 million. 100%, you can sell it for 20 million. It's a semi-passive income stream. That's all. It's really great. As long as you have, as I said in my videos before, I have my in-laws taking care of all our properties. As long as you have someone you can trust to look after your properties, you'll have no problem. And actually, if that's for apartments, if you have a condo, you already have Ayala taking care of it, or SM. They have a what's this? They have a management taking care of everything for you there. That's why you're paying your monthly dues, because they also what's this? They also kind of take care of unit. If example there's an issue, my tenant calls engineering from we have a condo in McKinley Hill. If there's any issue, and that really has, I really don't need to do anything. I just check on my tenant once a month. And that's why it's good to have good tenants. I have a very good tenant. She tells me, oh, there was an issue with the toilet, or there was an issue with the sink, but she took care of it. She talked to the engineering came over, fixed everything. It's really nothing you have to worry about. The only thing is you need to pay your taxes. In Taguig, I think there is already like online, but I haven't done it yet. I have a video where I went to BGC to pay for my taxes. It's super easy. But yeah, it's still a bit of work to be done. So it's semi-passive income stream, but not much, not much.